I don't know about this now.
Friends. My name is Sive, and I'm doing something a little silly, but it's all in love and it's all for you guys because I have 200 subscribers. So I have a little challenge planned for myself in honor of all of you lovely people being here, and that is going to be attempting to read 200 pages a day for a week. Now, it might turn into just a work week, so just a 5-day thing, but I'm just gonna call it reading 200 pages every day for a week. I've also done this before. This is gonna be the highest that I've attempted. One of the things that I do at the beginning is let you know, I'm gonna use like cumulative pages. So I use physical and audiobook listening, and I also can like stack them up. So the real challenge is to read 200 times 5, which is math, 1,000 pages. Or I might try and do the 7 days and see if I can get to 1,400 pages in a week. If I read 250 on one day and 150 on the other day, it's fine. This is a Sunday and it's pretty late in the afternoon. It's around 4:30, thank you. I will be bringing you along with me this week. Thank you if you're subscribed to me. If you are not, feel free, join us. My husband has been on a health kick. I'm doing my best to support him, but this tastes like vinegar. It's all about love. This is the book that I'm reading right now, The Merciless Ones by Namina Forna. I really don't want to go get the dust jacket, but it's so beautiful. Should I do it? It's the sequel to The Gilded Ones, and I read that at the beginning of 2021. I am a good chunk of the way through. I am loving this so far. I like it a lot better than the first one. I'm so glad I decided to ask for this book for Christmas and essentially keep this series in my life, but I'm really trying to finish this soon. I doubt I'd be able to do it today, but if I do all of my 200 pages today of physical reading, yeah, that would be me finishing this book today. Ugh. Seeing it like that is so intimidating. I don't know if I could do that. I'm gonna settle in and try and get as far as I can. That's all I'm promising you. What I will also promise is I'm gonna work hard. I'm gonna try this week to do this and not half-ass it. Like, I'm gonna give it a really, really good try. Look at this perfect specimen right here. He is stunning. I love you, bye. I just read 40 pages of The Merciless Ones, and I kid you not, I promise I'm not being dramatic, but my eyes are like closing. So I'm gonna switch over to an audiobook and put my headphones in and see if I can just rest my eyes. I've been playing Animal Crossing and listening to my audiobook, and I got this new reaction. Look at her go, yes! Okay, so I've just finished the audiobook that I had been listening to last week. It was Drunk on Love by Jasmine, Guillory, and it's just like a cute little romance set at a winery in Napa Valley. It was just like very simple, very sweet. It wasn't anything super special. Didn't love the writing, but I will definitely try this author again because she has a lot of really like popular adult romance books that I would be interested to seeing if they work for me. Moving on, this was the right move. I need to get some pages under my belt, but y'all, I am so tired and my brain like can't properly focus on this fantasy book, The Merciless Ones. I'm gonna keep going with an audiobook. So I'm about to pick a new one, and I will either pick The Last Time I Lied by Riley Sager, which is the only other Riley Sager book that I'm interested in reading from his backlist, or I'm gonna pick up A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, which is like extremely popular. It's a young adult thriller that is apparently so gripping and twisty. I feel like it could be the perfect one to pick up for a reading challenge like this. I will check back with you when I make that decision. It's about 6 o'clock, so I'm gonna keep reading. So I ended up starting A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. I have listened to the first like 2.5 hours of it. I'm on 2 times speed, so it's very good. It's following a main character, Pippin, who is a senior and using a capstone project to investigate a murder that happened in her town like 5 years ago. The audiobook is super interesting because they will use like a phone interview and actually it will sound like someone's talking over the phone, or like if she's doing an audio recording for like an interview, like it will sound like an audio recording. It's a very, very high production feel, lots of different narrators, so I'm really enjoying the audiobook. I did want to let you know I've read 185 pages tonight. I am 15 pages short of my 200 page goal. So I read 40 pages of the Merciless ones, and I am about to actually switch on over back to this. I wanted to show you because I'm just a sucker for a good cover, and it really complements the gilded ones super well. Yeah, God, are you kidding? So beautiful. So far, I have read 40 pages of this. I have read Drunk on Love. That audiobook, I read the last like 52 pages, and then I've just read 90 to 95 pages of A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. So 185 pages. Switching back over to this, and we're gonna try and get super far in it tonight. It is much later. You wouldn't be able to tell that from the shot, but I read a little bit more of the Merciless ones. So I've read a total of 60 pages, so I still have about 130 pages left. We are over the 200 page mark on this first day. I'm getting real with you guys right here. Just got out of the shower and I'm moisturized, so wet hair, sticky face. It is Monday evening. It's late in the evening, y'all, and I'm gonna give you an update that I crushed it today. I finished A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. Literally read over 250 pages of just that audiobook today, and I finished that, and I went ahead and borrowed and started Good Girl Bad Blood, which is the second book in that sequel, because it was so good. Y'all, the girlies are not lying about this one. Absolutely gripped, stood on my neck for like the whole time. I finished it in less than 24 hours because it was that good. Trust what people are saying about this. I know that this is one of those book talk recs that you probably have seen floating around social media, and if you are like me, then you are understandably a little wary about anything book talk recommendation, any bookstagram recommendation from that like typical algorithm source. So I totally understand, but if you like young adult thrillers, you should try it. Try it. Holly Jackson didn't allow me to give this book anything other than 5 stars. So this is my first 5-star of February, my third 5-star of the year. It's February 20th that I finished this today. So that's not doing too great for me. Only 3 5 stars, and we're almost 2 full months into the year. Picking this book up was the right choice for this challenge, so I'm very excited about that. I've got nothing else to tell you other than I'm gonna keep reading Good Girl Bad Blood, and who knows, I might marathon that whole series this week. Love you all. Good morning, it's Tuesday. I am on my way to work. I know I don't like to do many of these when I'm driving, but basically I was leaving work and rolled the window down to say bye to Jared, because Jared will sometimes bring Binks out onto the porch and hold him, because Binks is a 100% indoor cat. And Jared lifted one of his hands to wave goodbye to me, and Binks started tracking it and also lifted up his hand, and it looked like he was waving goodbye as well. It was really funny. Okay, happy Tuesday. Hi, good morning. It is freaking Wednesday morning. I didn't get to update you yesterday on Tuesday, but I listened to 157 pages of Good Girl Bad Blood, and I am loving it. I thought on Monday that I'd read a lot when I read A Good Girl's Guide to Murder and basically finished almost that whole book in a day. It turns out that I actually read close to 400 pages that day. So I'm really ahead of the game, because I only read 50 pages less than I was supposed to yesterday. So I'm gonna do a whole bunch of math and figure out how many I actually need to do for the rest of this challenge. I have not read any more of the Merciless ones, but I have a evening free tonight, and I hope to do a lot of reading there. So I will keep you posted. Happy Wednesday, midway through the weekend. We are going strong. Friends, family, countrymen, I live a blessed life. I came back home, and my lovely husband is making sushi for us right now. Yeah, my workday went well. I don't know, I'm feeling good. I was in the sun a little bit today. I did some reading, some audiobook listening, and I don't have anything to do tonight except read. And that is just my perfect day. I don't know, I just feel really good. So I will let you know, I finished Good Girl Bad Blood by Holly Jackson, and freaking loved it. It was so good. I really think it's another 5-star. That's what my gut is telling me. I'm trying to slow down, and I'm trying to just think critically. The fact that there would be 2 5 stars back to back by the same author is just really impressive. Like, that hasn't happened to me since I read the Skyward series last year. I then went and started a Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires, which is a horror that's extremely popular. Lots of people have read it, lots of people love it, and I can tell why. It is in the 90s in the South, and actually I live in the South, if you did not know, and I live in South Carolina, which is where this book is set. They're referencing MUSC and the Gamecocks and Clemson, and so that has been kind of interesting and fun. Pretty sure I'm already over my 200-page mark for today, but I'm about to settle in because I'm so sick and tired of not reading the Merciless ones. Like, I'm truly loving this book, and I just haven't, I'm on one foot. That's why I keep teetering back and forth. I'm sorry if that's distracting, but I can't like stand. I don't know if y'all can do that, like stand on 2 feet. No, I have to like lean or put my foot up. I really want to read the Merciless ones tonight, and if I could like crush it and finish it, that would be amazing. I don't know if I can do that, but I'm gonna give it a shot. So I'm gonna get changed into comfy clothes, set my booty on the couch, and then I'm gonna start reading. Bye. I have 30 pages left. I made it to page 419. A different evening under different circumstances. I could have got it done, but I am wrecked, so see you tomorrow. I just want to really quickly let you know that I did end up giving Good Girl Bad Blood 5 stars. It is just so addicting, and it was equally like familiar as far as themes and characters go, while also being incredibly distinct, and it is very much its own story. Holly Jackson did not like repeat tropes. It was just a really good sequel, and normally sequels kind of are really hit or miss, and I just thought this one really stood on its own. I think striking that balance deserves a 5 star because I also read that book in like 2 days. Hello. I'm joining you from a chilly morning. I finished the Merciless ones. Ultimately, I really loved this book, and it was a great addition to the series. I'm leaving this book feeling way more confident about where the series is going than I left the Gilded ones. I gave the first book 3 stars. This one I'm giving a 4. I really enjoyed it. The ending was pure chaos, like gods being awoken, divine gifts realized, past memories, like transcending God's past memories. Like, it was chaos. So a little bit went over my head, and a couple of the scenes I think went on a little too long for my poor attention span. Ultimately though, I really did love this book. So a couple of things it does well is it is like actual good YA writing. Sometimes I find YA fantasies like just really miss. So we follow 17, 18, 19-year-olds. Like Decca is definitely a older teenager, so thank God she doesn't sound like a 13-year-old. There's a lot of violence in this book. It's quite gritty, it's pretty violent, it's kind of gory at times, and I think that actually really added to the story because I felt like I was postured to truly understand what was at stake. And sometimes I find that the other YA fantasies I have read attempt these really big endings and these big fight scenes. I end up not caring about them because of bad characters or formulaic characters and watered down action scenes. Forna did not pull any punches as far as like putting her characters through it, so I think that worked really well for me. Definitely 4 star. I'm gonna be picking up the next book. So it's Saturday, and I am stopping this challenge. Yesterday, Friday, was my last day that I was attempting to read 200 pages a day. So that's going to be a total of 6 days from Sunday to Friday, and I killed it. I almost read 1,400 pages. I'm at like 1,370 something, and yeah, I was trying to read 1,200. The 2 reads that propelled me towards the end of this week was definitely the Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires, which was an audiobook that I started on Thursday, and I love that book. It is very gross and also has a lot of cool references to an area that I live in, and I think that combination, though not one that I particularly needed, is actually very pleasant and super intriguing. So yeah, definitely some of the grossest stuff that I've read since I read The Troop by Nick Cutter. That's the level that we're on, if you've ever read that book. I made it to about page 200 in that audiobook, which is about halfway through. It's actually literally exactly halfway through that book. And after I finished the Merciless ones on Thursday night, on Friday, I picked up the Sea of Monsters and I got about 80 pages of the way through this book. I'm doing a read-along called Olympian Along, which is hosted by Pris, and every month from January to May, we're going to be rereading the Percy Jackson and the Olympians and doing little live shows, and there's a Discord and everything. So I really need to finish this before the end of the month. So yeah, that is this reading challenge completed. Thank you so much for watching. I hope it was fun for you, and I'm very impressed with myself. I will not lie. Thank you for joining. If you are not subscribed already, please feel free to do so. If you like other bookish content like this, this is the type of stuff that I put out on this channel. Thank you again for watching, and other than that, have a great rest of your day. I will see you in the next video. Bye.